Hess, the owner of Mimosa Wines. Born and bred in South Africa with a Swiss father, so it makes me a dual citizen, a fond lover of Switzerland. Trained and studied as a chef in Switzerland. Moved down to the Cape 13 years ago and decided to dabble with the hobby with our wines. Well, we inherited the name Mimosa from the hotel, Mimosa Lodge, which we've had for all these years. And when we started the beautiful restaurant, we wanted to complement beautiful wine, and it became a wonderful hobby of mine to create this wine, and the name Mimosa comes from that. And the mimosa is also an acacia tree that has the little pom-pom flowers with significance on our label over here. Well, we start here with the Sauvignon Blanc. This is a preferred South African wine for day-to-day drinking. It's crisp, it's nice for salads. It's got a little bit more green notes, a bit of pea, a little passion fruit, a little bit of fruit coming forward. A lovely day-to-day wine. Then we have the Chenin Blanc, which is a barrel fermented Chenin Blanc. Nice rose petal flavors, a little bit of apple in the background. Nice intense wine with a little bit of a malolactic finish. And then we have our Chardonnay, which is my personal favorite. We produce here also around 5,000 bottles of this wine. Also barrel fermented, second and third full barrels, and very much single vineyard selected. Our Shiraz, also one of my personal favorites, especially very terroir driven. I would say in the Robertson Wine Valley area, our Chardonnay and Shiraz are our two babies, our children that make beautiful, beautiful cultivars of those two wines. Cigar notes, nice peppery flavors coming through there, up to 4th full barrels with 10% new wood. Then our Cabernet Sauvignon, very specific in our style in Robertson Valley, where we actually have more fruit driven, more berries, not so chalky, not so dry minty flavors like you get in the Stellenbosch region. Very soft, very easy drinking wine, suits all type of occasions, from with food or just casual drinking. This is one of our reserve ranges. We created this wine to finish the evening off with a beautiful 4-course dinner, and this would complement every dessert. So this is one of our reserves, like I mentioned. We only produce 3,000 bottles a year. Very sweet, wonderful nectar of Riesling, Weißer Riesling. Right, we have our Mimosa range here. We have 6 different wines being bottled. We could start here with this Méthode Cap Classique. In other words, for the Europeans, Méthode de Champenois, which is a 100% Chardonnay, being a Blanc de Blanc. It's a 2010 vintage. What's very unique, we only produce or degorge that what we can sell in a year. That way we can ultimately offer the freshest reserve product out there that we possibly could do. The second wine is our Chenin Blanc. This is now a single vineyard selection, so we pick out the best grapes out of one individual vineyard. Then we have the Joseph Reserve. This is very unique, one of my favorites. I named this Joseph Reserve after my father. At his 70th birthday, in honor, I gave him this wine. And this was a single selected barreled Chardonnay. Out of all 24 barrels, we selected 2 barrels to make this beautiful Chardonnay. So it's also barrel fermented, same style as our Chardonnay from the Mimosa range, but this specific is 2 specific barrels that we've chosen. This one here is our Pinotage, our first of the Pinotages that we've produced. Very exciting 2015 vintage. Looking so forward to see the feedback on that wine just being exported. Then we have the Natus, which means to be born. So it's a Mimosa Reserve Natus MMX, to be born 2010. This is a 2014 vintage, unique on a whole range. We have a numbered serial number which can be able to answer to every year on which vintage that it is, and to signify this is one bottle of 3,000 bottles produced. Well, I find with food, the nice thing is you can pair the food beautifully with the wine. Now, a lot of winemakers, when they approach a restaurateur or a chef to create a pairing dinner, they would try to ask, they would let the chef taste the wine, and he will then accompaniment the right food to the wine. However, I believe being a hobby winemaker and a professional chef, the combination is wonderful to actually share the two greatnesses. I think something very unique to discuss about the reserve range is that every single bottle has its own significate embossing print, and they all signify the Mimosa flower. And the other nice unique thing that we do here, everything is hand labeled. From the label to the neck labels, the waxing, everything's done by hand.